Good morning, everyone. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us. Before I get started, I wanted to share this awards that Condo Control recently received from SourceForge for being a top performer. This award is given to those vendors who have recently received a considerable number of positive reviews on SourceForge. And there's in this category, we find around 60,000 other vendors. So it really means a lot to us. And thank you, the users who are posting these reviews. My name is Gerard Salgado. I am a customer success manager here at Condo Control, and I am joined by my colleague Greg Vieira, our customer success team lead. And together we'll present this webinar on a deep dive into violation tracking. Just some reminders, this webinar is being recorded and we will send a follow-up email with a link to it. If you have questions at any point during the webinar, please use the QA functionality at the bottom of your screen. We will stop at different points in the webinar to address as much of them as we can. And finally, we will send you a survey at the end of the webinar, so we would really appreciate your feedback. And yeah, here we are. So we'll start just by giving you a brief introduction to the violation tracking module. So this module is basically so you can have a system of record where you can create violations, you can manage them. The system offers a different flexibility with collecting payments, with collecting votes if you wish, setting up different stages, and we will setting up your templates, and we will see all that during this webinar. Additionally, for those of you familiar with the service request features, you can also have that two-way communication. So as you create violations, the residents can respond to that and you can respond back. So before we start logging in violations, we have to do the setup. So I will go to welcome and then setup. And now I will go to violation tracking on the left side menu. Now the setup, you will have to spend some time on it. However, it's something that you will do once, and after that, it will save you a lot of time with logging in violations. So the setup, there's 3 steps to it. First one is creating the violation stage groups. Now, what's the benefit of having this? So say, for instance, that you have 8 or 9 parking type violations, and each one of them follows the same structure, the same number of steps, of stages. So rather than having to set the 4 stages for all of the parking type violations, you only have to set that up once. And after that, you can tell the system to use those 4 steps that are common among the parking violations. So that's the benefit of having stage groups. So how do you do this? First, you just click add a new stage. I'll just call it group B. Save. Then I'll click on the pencil next to group B and I'll start adding the stages. So first stage, we'll call it a friendly reminder or first notice, however you prefer. Then again, this is some of the capabilities that the system offers. You are able to upload files. Therefore, when you are creating a friendly reminder violation, a file will automatically pop up. So you don't have to upload it each and every time. The system will do that for you automatically. So maybe when you have this first notice, this friendly reminder, you want to send the bylaws to your residents, you can tell the system to do that. Then you can also set up some resolution days. We'll call it 7, we'll say 7 days. And after that, the violation will be passed due. And we'll see the other ones shortly. You click save. Let's do it again. Let's add another one. So I'll say add a new stage. I'll call it the second notice. I'll say for this one, there's 5 resolution days. And this is another capability that the system offers. You're able to have a voting. So perhaps in order to proceed with a violation theme, you want your board members to vote. So you can tell the system you want to gather votes from this group, board members. And whenever this second notice is created, the system will automatically send an email to the people in the board members group and tell them that they need to vote upon that violation. And we'll do it just one last time. I'll just show you, add new stage, and we'll call it the final notice. And in this case, the other capability that the system offers is you are able to add payments. So maybe your violations have a fees, once they get to the final notice. So you're able to add that amount, that payment here. This is a test site, so it's telling me that I'm not connected. However, if you have a platform connected to Stripe, or if you are interested in, please contact your customer success manager, and we can help with that. And you will be able to collect violation fees through Condo Control. So I will, the summary of the first step of the setup is creating your violation stage groups. And again, the benefit is that you can set up the stages for those violation types that follow the same path. For example, your parking violations, they follow the same steps, then you have to set it up once and then you can relate. And we'll see that shortly. So remember, we're on the 3-step setup of violation tracking. We did the stage groups. Now, second step is creating your violation types. You can have as many as you want, again, with different, with different groups. So to create them, it's pretty straightforward. You just click Add New. I'm going to create, one of the most popular ones, I'm sure, noise violation. Then here is where we will relate it to a group. So the one we just created, group B. And then, so violation description and governing documents. This is option. These fields are optional. However, once you create templates, if you want to send this information rather than have to type it every time, you can add it here and then tell the system to pull it up every time you create a noise violation. So I have some text here. I'm just going to add. And once we create templates, we'll see what this looks like. So I'll say save. And yeah, you can see it here. And we'll do it again once more so you can see it. Just click Add New. I'll create an arrears violation. I will relate it to the group we just created. So maybe, maybe my noise and arrears violation, they follow the same 3 steps. So rather than have to send 3 steps here and 3 steps there, I just have to do it once. And same here. So again, these are optional, but once you create templates, I think that's a way that you can save some time. So I click save. And yeah, this is pretty much it, how you create violation types. And if you're wondering what does workspace and portfolio mean, so workspace it means that this violation is related to this building. However, for management companies who have multiple buildings, then you would set them up as on the portfolio level, and the violations would apply to all of their buildings rather than have to set them up individually. So yeah, that was the second step. First, we set up the violation stage groups, and then we created the violation types. Third step of the setup, we do the stage groups, we do the violation types, and finally, we need to set up some templates. So I'll go to Print Templates here on my left side menu, and then I will click Add New Template. So we are doing the violation tracking. That's good. Then I will tell it the group we just created, group B, and I'll do one for the friendly reminder. And then the template name, I'll do it for arrears. So I'll call it arrears friendly reminder. Then I'll say next. And first, I need to create an email template. So whenever I want to create a violation for arrears on the friendly notice, I don't have to type an email every time. I can just set up a template and the system will populate it. Now, it's very important that you familiarize yourselves with these fields. So if you click here, the system will tell you which codes to use. So this is actually the codes needed to pre-populate and merge the data. So once you have something, it'll look like this. Just have some. It will look, your email will look something like this, using the codes that the system tells you. Whenever I create an arrears violation on a friendly reminder, I wanted to pull the name of the resident, the unit number, and here is where we take the description that we set up and the governing documents. And once we log violations, we'll see how that populates. So after that, I click next. And now printed template, it's exactly the same concept as the email template. The only difference is that you will have to upload a Word document, following, again, the same codes that the system tells you. And you will probably use this when you have residents that don't have an email in the system. So you will have to create a paper copy. So again, I'll click choose file.
And just a little bit of that about that sort of code emerging data, like most clients, they would have the already written violation within a Word. And then if you click on that, learn more about the coding there, all you'd have to do is you plug in the information that's on the bracket within your existing template, and then that would populate exactly those information that you're trying to achieve. You will be seeing this as well on Gerard's walkthrough.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Greg. So after you upload a Word document, by the way, in the Word document, you can actually put your logo as well if you wish. So let's do one more. So you click add new template. We're doing violation tracking, the group B. We'll do one for second notice. Now we'll set up the second notice for the arrears we just created. So I'll say next. Then again, going to add some text that I have prepared. Since it's the second notice, and here you can use stronger language. Mention that there's a violation fee coming up. It's a second warning. And then I'll say next. And here, I'll just upload, if you have a printed template, then you can just upload it there and say save. And that's it for the setup. We followed the 3 steps. We created our stage groups, we set up our violation types, and we ended up by creating our templates. Again, the setup is something, it might take you some time, but after you do it, logging in violations should be much more of a breeze. Once the setup is done, we can go to our homepage. And now we'll go to the violation tracking module. So this will be your dashboard. You will have, different information on your violations. Also, you're able, if you have a long list, you're able to search them by unit number. You can filter by the violation type. You can filter by stage. And you can filter if you would be open, close, drafts, past due, void. So you have those options to filter and find if you have a long list. So to log in a violation, we click options. We'll log a single violation. And here you can type the digits of a unit, and you just need to type a few and then just click it from the drop down. And then here I can choose to which users from this unit I send it. This unit has no renters, so but you're able to choose here which, so I'll send them to both. Then the one we just created, the arrears, and you can see that once, for a friendly reminder, the system populates that email with the information. The unit number, you have the name, you have the date. Here is the description and governing documents that we set up. So rather than have to type an email every time you set up an arrears violation, for a friendly reminder, the system does that for you. It also will upload the file that we told it to. And the due date will be 7 days from now, as we said previously. And by the way, once you do second notice, you can see that it changes. Now it's using the email template for the second notice, and 5 days from now. And then, okay, so this is the first one. So a friendly reminder. Subject is the title of the email. I'll just call it test because we're just doing that. And so there's two options here. You can either save it as a draft. Maybe you're not ready to send it yet. So if you save it as a draft, it will just be here on Condo Control waiting for you to finish it. Once you save it as open, a notification email will be sent to those users. So I'll save this as open. And let's just create, yeah, perfect. And here it is. And these are, you have the details, who created it, the date, who it was sent to. And for the printed templates, if you want to see, here is the history, by the way, the email we sent. And for the printed templates, you click here next to print summary and print template. And yeah, as I mentioned, it's the same concept. The system pre-populates with the data. If you enter the correct codes, it should populate with the data from the violation. And here you can also, add your logo if you wish to, since it's a Word document. I will do another one. So let's go back to our dashboard. And I'll just say log a single violation. And yeah, okay. And from James's question, so let's have a unit. Yeah, for example, this unit, you can see you have both an owner and a resident. So here you can tell the system to which one to send it. So I'll do one for another unit. This one, yeah, this one has an owner. So same, unit, user. We'll do arrears. We'll stick with the friendly reminder. We'll call it test2. And file is uploaded 7 days from now and save as open. And now I'll show you how to log the second one. So on either of those violations, if you want to log the next warning, you can click on it. So let's go here. You click on the violation, and then we would click on log next warning. So you can click here, log next warning. And let's, yeah, here. And the system, yeah, automatically, puts it up second notice, and it uses the template, the email template that we created 5 days from now. And here is where we see if you want to collect votes. So remember, we set up the second notice to be able to collect votes. So I'll say yes. And then I can choose, whichever board we set up for the board members, so I can have them. And an email will be sent to these users, and you can have a description here. So I'll say this open. Oh, violation description. So I'll just call it second notice.
And then just on the same screen, Gerard, you have the upload files option. So that sort of go back to the question we had, can you upload images or upload any sort of documents additional to what it is? You can use the upload files.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Greg. And here is what it looks like once they have voted. You will see it in favor, against, abstain, and they can add a comment as well. Now, there's a fair question that I often get, that it's, oh, but maybe I don't remember, which violations are in the first stage, and I have to do a second one. Maybe someone else did the first stage, and so how will I know when to do the second stage? So that's a very fair question. So I'll show you. Okay, so here I'm going to do violation for one of the units we have already done. And yeah, the arrears. And here the system will give me that message. It'll tell me, oh, this unit has already a first violation, a friendly notice for the arrears. So even if you don't recall, or even if someone else did the first violation, the system will give you the notice. So therefore, I know that there's already an arrears on the friendly reminder, so I can proceed and do the second notice. And same, we'll call it just test 2. Second notice text. We can call it both if we wish, and we click Save as Open. And that's how you collect. That's how you create violations on the dashboard. Additionally, what I also wanted to show you is that on the unit file, let me see. You can, you can use the dashboard to find the unit, but you can also use the unit file to find the unit and see which violations have been emitted for that unit. So I'll go to unit file, I click on a unit, and then you can find the violation tracking tab. Here it is. And here are the violations that have been set up for that specific unit. And this is the one we just created. So you have that option as well. And then for the two-way communication, we'll check if one of the, if I can show you how that looks like.
Yeah, you should see a live answer for unit 604.
604, okay, perfect.
And just so everybody's aware, so I log in at 604, went to my account, I see the violation in there, and I just type within that communication, and then that will be applied to the history records of the violation. So it works same sort of two-way conversation between the originator, which is the manager in this case, and then the residents that's sort of received that. So you can see the first line there, 11:34 a.m. So I say, hi there, I acknowledge the violation text. So it's a two-way communication, just like the service request feature that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Greg. And yeah, as Greg mentions, it's the same as the service request feature. And similar to the service request feature, you're also able to have internal comments, which the resident does not see. This is only if you want to have the comments among the admin accounts. And here, once, as I mentioned, once they vote, you will see them in favor, against, and you can decide what to do after the votes. So that's pretty much it on the demo. We saw the setup. It's three steps. After you finish those 3 steps, you can proceed and log violations, and you can use your again, you have the different capability to set up the violation. As Greg mentioned, thank you very much for taking time out of your day. We really appreciate it. And again, if you were interested in Stripe and in the violation tracking module, you can always reach out to your customer success manager. For anything else, I would just wish you a happy Wednesday afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.